Do not disturb. Camera curtains are closed.
Do you have a do not disturb thing on the thing?
Say again, babe.
Do you have a do not disturb thing on the door?
No.
Oh.
Curtains are closed. That means the man's at work. I think that's a general life rule of even a teenage boy.
Yeah.
The fucking curtains are closed or the door's closed. The guy's in there. You do not dot. You do not knock.
Did you ever get caught smashing one out as a kid? Anyone walk in on you?
No, I've been very close.
Have you?
Yeah.
No one's ever walked in on you. No one's ever walked in on me. Sadly, that would be amazing. As long as it wasn't your mum.
No, I've what's called? Kind of been very, very close. Where they've walked in and I've just like pure like cat reflex reaction, just pretended to like, I don't know, fucking paint the ceiling, fucking brush the cobwebs down.
You wank standing up?
No, I just fucking, I don't know. I've just suddenly just changed absolute complete des rep and I'm fucking like folding up clothes or something like that. It's like, what? In like 0.5 seconds.
Without your pants on?
Yeah. Like turn it away. What? Like pretending to get changed. Like, no. Oh, I'm just getting changed.
Dickhead. How you doing anyway? You right?
I'm good, mate. I am very good, very nice.
Very good, very nice. Why did it take you so long to get to the cheer station today? You said half past. You're 19 minutes late.
Oh, it wasn't 19 minutes. I was actually 7 minutes, but I went to go and grab a coffee.
That's not how this works, bro. You can't just be like, right, I'm here, but I've got to go away for 20 minutes.
I gotta go away. And I had to literally have the world's quickest shit. I don't know why, but I've had 2 shits today.
Right, that's right.
But like big ones. You know when you have one, you go, that's gonna last me a good day and a half.
Yeah.
Like huge. Like the ones that literally you feel like you're gonna have a heart attack after because you pushed that hard and it's just fucking gone blump like a human's come out your asshole.
Where you've emptied yourself.
And then I literally just fall down. I went, fuck. What's on my stomach? I was like, fuck, I'm gonna shit. I think I got a Brad Pitt's. And it was one of those ones that you just push and it goes blast everywhere, and you're like, fucking, that was quick.
Sorry, I am listening. I just randomly obviously, you know, I've got CCTV.
Yeah.
Some dude randomly just walked onto my driveway, and my missus has gone out to see what the crack is. Yeah.
All right, love. Is this blah blah blah? Blowjobs for 50 quid.
She'd be like, yeah, cool.
Like, no way, husband's here.
Keep the 50 quid. Have you written down any notes throughout the week? Or got any left over from last time?
I have, yeah. My phone died, so I've just put it on charge, but it's pretty good.
We've had a revelation though, haven't we, really? Because we found out last time you're thick as shit and didn't have your iMessage activated because you had to go at me.
It's activated now.
Exactly. You had to go at me for sending you messages. All right.
Just had your message come through now saying, "Oi,
right.
Fuck nuts."
You sending you messages right through normal messaging. It costs me money, and then the next day you had iMessage up, and I was like, "Ooh." So we've educated you. I'm pleased.
See, there you go. That's all part of episode 1, wasn't it?
2. That was 2. Episode 2.
Yeah, that happened. That just it was episode 2. But the reason for doing this podcast was in episode 1.
Okay.
Was to educate ourselves.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Although it feels like it was episode 7,000 because of the amount of times I had to render it. The rendering issues that I had last time literally was the most painful thing ever. So
I wish you videoed yourself rendering.
Bro, I'm not even joking, right? I was like, right, I've got to get this done, and I rendered it, and I uploaded it. So, and it had a few views, but it was only a half-hour video, and I was like, what the fuck? So I immediately took it down. And then when I went back to look at the render, it was rendering, but the playback wasn't working. It was only doing half an hour. So I re-rendered it, changed some things, moved some of the edit bits about because I didn't know if that was causing the issue. I took out the sub emotion thing. I fucked about with it. I updated to the newer version of Premiere Pro. I done everything I could. I got it to work in the end. Obviously, I got it to work in the end, but fuck me, that was painful. Very, very painful.
I've just realised that you've got your camera on, and I'm like, hey.
You've only just realised.
You got the camera on, yeah.
So you can see me.
Yeah, I can see you now.
Yeah, it's actually, this is like, so the podcast can see my normal camera, but you've got a different camera that is full face on. You've never seen this side, have you? You've never seen all of that.
Yeah.
You lot still can't, so fuck you, basically. I can't have a news. You got McDonald's again.
Again, Sunday McDonald's, baby. Hey, you want to see it though? It's got double peel. It's backwards, but yeah, it's you download the app, you accumulate points. But so you obviously, I won quite a bit today. I won a cheeseburger, I won a free drink, I won a Big Mac. I literally won on every sticker, like a free item.
You ever heard of anyone winning the car though?
No, I've never heard anyone win any big from that. But they've got this double peel, which you use the app, and then you scan the barcode, and it gives you another peel. And I won. I haven't won it yet, but I feel like I'm going to. The 100k cash, because it said you have entered in the draw for the 100k cash. So technically, I'm in the draw for it.
Do you know why no one ever wins the 100k cash and the cars and everything else?
Okay.
And this is genuine. Do you know why no one ever wins it?
Go on.
Because they log all of the receipts with the products. So if you don't have the receipts for every pull-off that you have, they don't pay out. Because you can't prove you bought the drink. You can't prove you bought the meal.
No
so you have to keep the receipts. So they put you in the draw. You win the draw. Congratulations. Now you have to give them the proof of purchase. It was to stop people like taking other people's cups or taking other people's meals without actually buying the product. So now no one ever wins because they don't advertise the fact that you have to keep the receipts of proof of purchase before they'll pay out.
Not even on like your bank statement.
No, you have to have the receipt. You can obviously now you can buy McDonald's through an app, through the McDonald's app. That keeps your receipt details. But if you just go in and buy a fucking mocha chocolate, whatever the fuck they're called, and you don't keep the receipt for that coffee, you ain't getting nothing. So
you ain't getting shit.
You ain't getting shit. Talking about McDonald's though, right? I saw the funniest shit the other day, and I can see both sides of the argument. Right? It's fucking this. This had me in hysterics because this is exactly the sort of twat bag I am, right? When you're right, you know you're right, and you will go to any lengths.
You are a twat bag.
Yeah, I am. But you'll go to any lengths to prove that you're right. No matter how fucking petty it is or how exhausting it is, you'll do this, right? So this old boy, I see him on TikTok. And he is always TikTok. Fucking love a bit of TikTok. Anyway, he went into McDonald's and he was like, bro, I need the McPlant. And they're like, yep, not a problem, sir. We can get you a McPlant, the new vegan thing. And then he was like, right, but could you swap the cheese out for the normal cheese? Because I'm not a fan of the vegan cheese. Sorry, sir, we can't do that because we're selling a vegan product. We can't add non-vegan products to it because then it's no longer a vegan product. He's like, yeah, but I'm not vegan. I'm just a vegetarian. So I'm quite happy eating the normal cheese with the vegan patty. And they're like, yeah, but sadly, we're not able to do that. I went, not a problem. Understand. That's fine. Can I buy the McPlant and then a slice of cheese in a separate box? And she was like, oh, I don't see a problem with that. And then he drove to the next window and the manager's there. He's like, yeah, I can't sell you the cheese. He's like, why not? He's like, because I know you're going to put it in the burger. And he's like, right, but it's my burger. I can do what I want. He's like, yeah, I can't sell you the cheese. He's like, all right, can you sell me the McPlant and a cheeseburger? And they're like, nah, because we know you're going to take the cheese out and put it in the thing. And you're like, right, that's ridiculous. And they're like, yeah, but what if I take a picture? What if you take a picture of it, put it on social media and go, I bought the McPlant and they put normal cheese in it? He goes, I could drive home and put normal cheese in it. He goes, in fact, I could fucking drive home and put a brick in it and go, look what I got from McDonald's. And the guy, he's completely right. Like, give the guy his fucking cheese. And I understand their principle. I understand. You can't, they're selling a vegan product. They can't fuck with it. I understand. But you can sell him another cheeseburger. You can sell him a slice of cheese. You can, what he does with the burger after he's bought it, that's fucking up to him. What the fuck are they doing?
Do you know what I found the irony of that video was?
Well, oh, have
when
you
he
seen? Did I send it you?
Yeah, I think you might have. Yeah.
Yeah.
The irony of that video is he was saying you're gonna post it all over social media. Anyway, it went fucking viral anyway.
Yeah, it did. I'm exactly that guy. And he was like, I'm gonna come back every fucking day until I get my fucking McPlant with normal cheese. I could fair play to the bloke. Fair play to him. Sorry.
I think that's completely stupid though. Like,
what's that?
As he said, when he said I can put a brick in it and post it on social media, he could. Like, I don't understand
he actually
why
could.
They wouldn't.
I'm just on my phone because I'm deleting
stupid.
notes. Things that I wanted to bring up.
It's so stupid. Like,
it's massively stupid. It's so dumb.
Like, who gives a fuck? Like genuinely, like there was no, can't serve it. Yeah, no. Why? Well,
there will be someone out there that will be offended. There will be.
Someone like, no, every right. If you buy a McPlant, that's all he can have.
There'll be someone out there that's crying about it. Absolutely, unbelievably offended. I was actually, after last episode, I was expecting to get a few comments like about our mermaid conversation.
I've seen a few people. I've seen a few TikToks on that about that mermaid. But people getting really bitter about it.
Really upset. I was expecting to get some comments. Like, I genuinely was expecting someone to get
call
comments.
You
right,
a snowflake, actually. To call you a snowflake.
Or call me something about it. Like, get really angry with me because of my opinion, right? So, I preemptively got prepared for it, and I spoke to two of my friends at work that happen to be black, and I put my... What was that beep?
That was my Casio.
Your Casio can get fucked. So I was talking to these gents at work, right? And it's fucking rude. Can't believe your watch interrupted me, little bastard. Ooh, what at me? You're on my time. I'm offended by your watch. Yeet. Little do you know, Casios are old school watches. He just put a hole in his fucking shed. That thing's solid.
Mate, some say that's still in the air, mate. That's gone, mate. That's still good.
So anyway, I spoke to these guys at work and I put my point across, and they completely understand. And they actually agreed as well, which I thought was awesome. They're like, no, we completely understand your point. Like, it is odd. It's not a problem. They were like, but we agree because we're the same age as you. We grew up with a Little Mermaid being what she is, and even to us we were like, oh, that's a bit fucking weird, but it's not like to the point where they're going to cry about it. They're actually, obviously they're happy about it, and representation and all that jazz and everything is amazing. Also so if anyone did want to put a comment and cry about it, fuck off, because I'm not wrong. Anyway, I done something right without even thinking about it. Why are you holding your face like that?
Well, because I'm just watching you to explain that, like, fuck off, I'm right.
Well, I fucking am, because I was waiting for someone to give me some shit. No one had the bollocks to give me shit, which is fine.
Shit.
Yeah, I was expecting some shit, so I was I was talking to my mates, and I was getting all different sides of the story, and there was no other sides. Everyone just fucking agreed to fuck you. So anyway, I went out and bought my kids some toys. Bought my son some toy cars, and I bought my daughter a Barbie. I just picked it up. I didn't give a fuck. He was like, that'll do, cracking. Didn't pay attention to fuck all. Just got what I wanted. Then my kid went to school and she took her Barbie with her. First thing the teacher says, oh my God, Izzy, that's amazing. You've got a black Barbie. I didn't even notice. But the teacher immediately brought up the colour situation. Yeah, which I found really odd, because my daughter didn't even say anything. She didn't even, because why would she? It's not a thing. Why would you even think that way? My daughter was just like, cool, I've got a new Barbie. But the teacher straight away brought it up. And as soon as she said it, I looked at the Barbie, I was like, oh, fuck, yeah. Didn't even realise. But the teacher brought it up. I just found that fascinating that it was the teacher that noticed and had to say something. Weird?
That's the thing with schools. When we were brought up, it's completely different to now.
Yeah,
and we don't know what they're educating the children.
No,
you can accuse them on all sorts, but you haven't got no proof, have you? Really?
No.
But you have seen some videos online. I've seen a video online about the sort of like, I think we discussed this before, about the teacher saying, "Yeah, you can." There must have been as young as fucking 6 or 7, and they were saying, "Yep, men can wear dresses if you want to be this." And I was like, whoa. I remember seeing it and I was going, this is a bit too young.
Bit too young, yeah.
A bit too young. And
I
I think
mean,
you were saying about you homeschool some of your kids, or thinking about
my
it.
kids will be homeschooled from like I don't think they'll go to secondary school. I think I'll homeschool them just because of the way the world is going nowadays. Now, they're correct. They can wear what the fuck they want. They can grow up and be whoever they want. I couldn't give a fuck. They're my kids and I love them to bits. But this should be a natural progression. If my son naturally decides that he is sexually attracted to males, or my daughter decides she is sexually attracted to females, or my son grows up and he's more comfortable in dresses, naturally, I'll support him. I genuinely don't care, but I don't want it to be taught. I don't want it to be taught to them. It's just something, because I don't think, and I could have this wrong, but I don't think anyone wakes up one day and goes, you know what? I think I'm going to be gay today. I think I'm just going to change. I mean, no one makes the decision. You either are or you're not. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? Yeah. I don't think you
it's
decide.
It's hard to say, really, because you're not really gay, are you? So you can't really... No. Without asking someone, like, what made you...
But I didn't consciously wake up and, I wasn't consciously born and gone, I'm going to be a straight heterosexual man. And that was never a thought process of mine. It was just naturally I find women attractive. But if my son grows up and naturally finds men attractive, that's fine. But if it's, I don't know. It's just, I think teaching kids these things, I think it's difficult. At a young age, I think they should be taught it when they get older to be accepting of everybody, regardless of sexuality, regardless of gender, regardless of color, religion, anything along those lines. Teaching that sort of thing is fantastic. And at a young age, certain things should be it's a difficult subject, but absolutely, I think it should be taught. But I'm thinking like 6 and 7 is a little bit young for such deep conversations,
Yeah, I agree. And I think when they're about 6 or 7, I think they should. When it comes to sex education, it should be definitely. I think when they start year 7 or like year 6, when they're about 11 or 12.
Yeah.
Then they have a slight understanding, because that's when puberty starts for some.
Yeah, that's a great age.
What are those on your chest?
Yeah, exactly.
Got a little hair on my bollock.
Yeah,
like what's going on? Like,
exactly.
You know what I mean? So
I thought my dick was going mouldy. Growing up, I thought my dick was going mouldy. I was just like, what the fuck is that?
It's now gone now.
Yeah.
It's now gone.
Yeah, it's green as well.
It's just
that's
knob
normal.
cheese. It's just knob cheese.
Yeah. That's the other thing, right? This is a genuine question. You may even know the answer to this, but I had to write it down, right? What's the difference? And this might sound so dumb, but I purposely didn't Google it because I wanted to ask the question here. What's the difference between transgender and transsexual? Is there a difference?
That's a good question. I think. Well, I don't know. Without googling it, I think.
Do you know what I mean? I don't Google it. I want to know what you think, like, because I don't know.
Transsexual. I don't know. I think with transgender, transsexual, I think it's, to me, it's the same thing.
Same thing. Okay. So we both think it's the same thing. So let's Google now. Right? And if anyone's offended by the fact that we're talking about this, wouldn't you rather we talk about it and educate ourselves rather than just go through life blindly not knowing? I'd rather educate myself. So if the question is offensive, go fuck yourself. Right. Some transgender people identify...
with like a 12-inch dildo.
Yeah. Like the whole point is having these conversations so that people like me and Pricey can be educated. You are?
Or get yourself a fleshlight.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did you buy one?
No.
Oh. Some transgender people identify as transsexual if they desire medical assistance to transition from one sex to another. The term transgender, often shortened to trans, is also an umbrella term in addition to including trans men and trans women. It may also include people who are non-binary or genderqueer. I hate that. I still hate that word queer. It's never going to sit well with me, that word. Non-binary, does non-binary just mean that they don't pigeonhole themselves at all? Like they don't have pronouns?
I think so. That's what I mean. It's so much education we got to learn these days.
Yeah, hang on.
You don't fucking know what's going on.
What is non-binary? Non-binary, not relating to...
is always the way forward.
Yeah, I just want to... I thought... Again, CCTV, I thought some bloke was just standing in the front of my house pointing at my missus. I couldn't see the dog lead, and his dog was behind the fence. So he's got his arm out like that, holding the dog. It just like he was pointing at my missus. I was about to go out and then go, why are you pointing at her? Not relating to, composed of, or involving just two things. So basically, relating to, using, or donating a system of numerical. Okay, so that's not to do with sexuality. Non-binary, gender. There we go. Understanding non-binary people and how to be respectful. The idea is there are The idea that there are only two genders is sometimes called gender binary, because binary means having two parts, male and female. Oh, so okay, so non-binary means that they don't conform to the fact that there is only two genders. Okay, cool.
Which is kind of, I don't know. You can look this up. I think, well, we all know when you're born, you're either a boy or a girl.
Yeah, 100%.
You're either a male or female, right? I don't know. You can have a little look up. I think it's very, 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 very rare percentage where you're nothing.
Yeah, actually, let's Google that.
Where you're born with either both parts, which is very rare, or like, you know, is the right word saying deformality? Is that the right word? Like,
okay, so overview. Ambiguous genitalia is a rare condition in which an infant's external genitals don't appear to be clearly either male or female. In a baby with an ambiguous genitalia, the genitals may be incompletely developed, or the baby may have characteristics of both sexes. So it is possible.
That's why my dick's so small.
It's actually a clit. So it is possible.
It's an oversized clitoris.
Thus, with respect of biological sex, one is either male or female. Individuals that have the two types of gonads. Oh my god, there's actually a medical term. I just thought I was taking the piss. Either gonads, having two types of gonads. Either occurring together or alternating, are called hermaphrodites. Hermaphrodites. That sounds like some sort of ancient mythological, you know, goddess or god, because obviously we're talking about genders. So I feel educated. Transgender and transsexual is the same thing. Okay.
Well, I think we were right anyway, weren't we? So
yeah,
we were right anyway.
But it was still interesting. My son's waving at me on CCTV.
Two different words meaning the same thing. Which gets on to me whilst we're on the fact of sexuality and gender and stuff like that.
Yeah, I would fuck you.
I was playing. So here's a question for you, actually. What is a woman?
Oh my god, you've been on the Netflix.
I actually haven't watched it, but yeah.
That question fucks people up, doesn't it? Did you see him asking that woman about a cat?
Yeah. I've seen the adverts, and that's the only time I've seen it. Is the adverts?
Yeah, I think they took it off Netflix because it was offending too many people, and I think Netflix literally was just sick of the backfire that it was getting. I think.
Well, the thing is, Netflix is pretty good when it comes regards to not giving a fuck what people think. So it must have been something higher up that made them cancel it off there. Surely, maybe.
I think.
Because they've got that Seaspiracy and they've got the Cowspiracy documentations on there.
Don't know what
offended a lot of people. They're a good watch, to be fair. It's crazy the world we're living in when you watch those two documents. It's crazy.
A lot of the time, I think ignorance is bliss. Like, I'd rather not know some of the crazy stuff. I like living my little life and not knowing. Like,
it hasn't turned me vegan or vegetarian watching them, but I can see how people would turn from it. Like, there's people like, for example, like Seaspiracy. There's people like in the top end of Scotland, right, where they gather dolphins into this little lake and just brutally murder them. They get into the shallow ends of the sea and just brutally, and just got the sort of net, and they just bring him in because they lure him in with these noises.
So weird, man. Why is this fun for people?
Yeah, do you know what it is?
Do I want to know? This is minging.
It's crazy. All it is because dolphins eat fish. So all the businesses, the fishermen and stuff like that, it's their competition to catch the fish.
That's
so it's
fucking
money-based.
Mental, isn't it? It's this world we live in.
Innocent dolphins and whales because they're and obviously in China and Japan or something like that, they fucking brutally murder whales and sharks and stuff like that as well. And they sell like shark, what are they called on the top? Fins.
The fins, the fin. Yeah.
So they sell them like crispy fin or something like that.
Yeah,
and
fuck
there's
that.
loads of them.
Fuck those people as well.
Yeah.
Fuck those people.
If you think about it, they're very, very important for the ocean.
Yeah, people. The thing is, the biggest issue with this world is humans. We fuck everything up. Like if humans didn't exist, this planet would have lasted forever. But we humans have come along and gone. You know what? Fuck it. I want electric and fire, and
I want a big mansion.
Yeah, and I want flashy lights, and I want nano leaves, and I want all these like neon lights behind me so that when I'm podcasting it looks really cool. Yeah, fuck the dolphins.
Yeah, but it's literally, I think humans is like part of the disease, but money's the main core of the disease of the world, I think. And there's like corals produce a massive amount of like oxygen and sea, like oxygen and sea underneath the sea, which rises. It's more in like mainly the fucking forest.
Listening to your brain try and like talk is amazing. When the oceans are trying to make the oxygens and fucking, I love it.
And the corals and stuff. But yeah, the corals are very important. It's crazy.
I learn a lot of shit off TikTok, right? I do love TikTok. I send you a million videos, and I swear you never watch them. And do you know why I know? No, you don't.
Because I send you them back.
Because you send me the fucking videos I send you. The other day, I was literally leaving work, and you sent me a TikTok that I'd sent you an hour before, and I was like, this silly bastard. I actually had to say to you, bro, I sent you that TikTok.
You've done that to me as well.
Have I?
Yeah, if you look back on the messages, I've sent you one, and then the one after you sent me one back.
Yeah, maybe. Sometimes I send you the same TikTok twice because I don't know if I've sent it to you.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I do that sometimes.
But yeah, going back onto the question, because we digressed onto this sea and wildlife and seaspiracy. What is a woman, Mr. Spacco?
Oh, in my opinion... Oh, fuck. It's so annoying. In my opinion, a woman is someone who was born with a womb. It doesn't get more simple than that.
Yeah.
For me, and that's going to really upset some people, right? But let me digress. If you feel more comfortable, say you were born a male, or you are non-binary, or whatever, but you feel more comfortable in your skin as a woman, and you want to wear dresses, I will fully respect that. I will call you whatever you want, and I will treat you how you want to be treated. So if you are a male, but you want to identify as a female, I will call you Sarah, Sally, Kelly, whatever you decide to call yourself, and I will fully respect that. However, I won't ever really understand it, and I think that's fair to say because I don't feel the same way. So I actually think it would be condescending for me to sit here and go, you know what? I understand, because I fucking don't. However, not understanding, but fully respecting, I think is needed. I will respect your decision, and I will respect... And if you can educate me, please do. But in my opinion, there are two genders. You are either born male or female, and a woman is someone that was born with a womb, and a male is someone that was born with a penis. I'm sorry. Write your comments here.
I'm just going to say, Spacco, mate, like, I've asked you a very, very simple fucking question there.
Yeah.
And you have ranted on.
I have to.
Very cautiously.
Yeah,
like,
you have to.
You?
I know. Why should you?
Ask me. Like, what is a woman for me?
What is a woman?
So there's a male, female. You're born male or female. Yep. So a woman is an adult version female. So it's like an adult of a human being. So you're a human being who's an adult female. That as simple as that. A female, and that's it. Like that is what a woman is. There's no like this, that, the other, and a male. I'm male. With a penis.
Do you know?
It's not hard. Like it's literally. But I asked my missus this, and she was like, "I'm in an RN," and couldn't answer the question. She went into like a horrible, detailed story of like different types of female. Yeah.
And the problem is because these days, like genuinely nice people from like the heart, don't want to offend anyone. Like I genuinely, I don't want to offend anyone.
Well, no,
But
yeah.
my thought,
I know
my
that.
ideology is so old school. I naturally offend people, and you can't go. You actually can't go through life not offending people. You're gonna offend people. It's gonna happen. But I would rather just not. And it's difficult when you put yourself on the internet. When we put ourselves on YouTube, say 10 years time, people are going to go back. If we ever become anyone, they'll look back and go, do you remember when you said that? Do you still believe that? The answer is yes. I hope it's still yes.
Yeah. Times change and things change all the time, of course. But it's just a simple question. What's a woman? And it's just an adult female human.
Hey,
that's all it is.
I got a question for you. Still to do with like genitalia and stuff. Have you been circumcised?
I have been circumcised, yeah.
Why?
Well, you can obviously, there's religious, there's reasons why you can, if you're religious, you get circumcised. But for me, it was just a medical. So there was something called, so when I was about 11, 12, when I started masturbating, I was like, yeah. There's something called tight foreskin, where you can't pull back your foreskin.
Oh my God. That sounds so painful.
Yeah, so like I couldn't. So I didn't say anything for like 2 years. I think I was probably about 9, maybe 10, but I just didn't really, as I said, when I was about 9, I just knew it was for pissing.
Oh my God.
And then around about 10, 11, I was a bit curious because that's when I started beating the meat.
Mm.
And then
I bet that was hard.
Wondering,
if you could.
Yeah, well, it was just, I just couldn't pull it right back. And I just thought, maybe it's just a natural growth process. Like you grow into it, and it just lets it. It's like a flower bud. It's like this is what's going through my genuine head. My head. I was like, it's gonna be a flower bud. It's just gonna eventually just go whoop, and I'm free. And then I started asking questions when I was about 12, and I was like, yeah. So when you you ask your best mates.
I was gonna say you're asking your mates.
Yeah. And I was like, when you pull your foreskin back, does your bell end pop out? Because I know what bell end was because I've seen it before. Like, but I was like, yeah, and I was like. I didn't want to say anything. I was like, well, mine don't.
Yeah.
Like that. So when I pulled it back, it was just so tight, like I couldn't even see my bell end. But then I went, so I got the courage one day, and I went, Mum, I think I got something wrong with down below. And she's like, okay, do you want to show me? And I went, yes. So I got up at the kitchen table, I zipped down my pants, and then it just went. I was right on the fucking table, big ass thud. And I went,
knocked her out.
Broke the table leg. and then I showed her, and she goes, yeah, that's not right. And I was like, come on, let's go see the doctor then. So literally the next day I saw a doctor, because that's when literally the NHS was fucking on top form then.
Yeah.
And I was literally done in I reckon I had an operation in 3 weeks. It was real quick.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was literally done and dusted.
Because I know Jewish people get it done. I don't know of any other religions that do it. But I know that for you, I know now that your story, but I know that some people can get it done medically. Like there's medical reasons. I never really knew what the medical reasons were, but you've obviously just told me. But yeah, some people just do it. Like it's just, it's just what we do in our family. Why? I don't. If you had the choice to not be circumcised, say you didn't have that medical issue, what would you think you would rather? Because I'm not circumcised, and I fucking love me foreskin. It's the best thing ever. What? Yeah. It's great fun. You can make a balloon.
I do miss it. I don't miss it because I've never really known what's about with it.
Okay.
Because obviously, because I was quite young, but I can imagine it being real, like sensitive, especially for sex, which is
great.
So I've learned actually with circumcision, there's different types. There's a guy in my chat that pops in called Brods, and he said, "What type of circumcision? What type of circumcision did you have, right?" And I went, "What do you mean? What type of circumcision you got?" And he goes, "Well, did you have it did you have the short cut, or did you have the medium cut, or the whole thing removed?" And I went, "Mate, this ain't a fucking barber's. This ain't a barber's for my cock.
There's one type, right? It's just circumcised or not."
No, there's 3 different types. So you can have just the edge, so you can just have the edge trimmed off. You can have half of it trimmed off, so you have half a hood, and then you can have the whole thing removed.
So do you know what you've got now?
I had the whole fucking thing removed.
Oh, okay.
My hoodie ripped off, completely ripped off. So I've got no
Please, can we not say ripped off when we're talking about foreskin? Fuck me.
I know, it's completely gone.
Yeah, just ripped that off.
It is a sore process after. I remember it quite I was walking around like John Wayne.
There's a young lad in
And
my
you had
Twitch
to-
chat who had it done a few weeks
and you're
ago.
like- yeah, and it's just like you walk around like, and you can't. Your pissing hurts.
He
everything
kept
is
saying to me that
burning.
pissing really hurts.
Yeah, and it's like it was so sore from what I remember, and I remember like back then, like wanking was brand new to me, and it was like I really wanted to do it, so I had to wait like 2 weeks without, and it was probably the hardest thing. I reckon I could do 2 weeks now. It'd be a bit of a struggle, but you have a bit more self control. But when you're younger, that age, you need to fucking beat the meat. You know what I mean? It's like such a new. You're like, hey, you got nothing to do. Like, woo.
I reckon I could do 2, maybe 3 hours without wanking. It would be really hard. It would be.
Yeah.
But I reckon I could manage that. I mean, look, hang on, wait there. This is just for one day. I have to keep it close to the computer. Because otherwise I'd run out of socks.
Happy tissues.
So if you want to sponsor us,
should we start that? Yeah, should we start a little toilet paper firm like called Happy Tissues, and it's not for wiping your ass with.
Yeah,
it's just for fucking spunk absorption.
They're extra fucking thick.
Yeah, fucking hell. These are called spunk tissues. Happy tissues. You can use them twice.
So, we briefly went across it last time I spoke to you last time, but it's something we definitely need to talk about now because we need to put it in place. Sober October, what are your thoughts? Because I've got the best idea, and it's what we're actually doing. So what I'm doing now is I'm asking you for your opinion. I actually don't give a fuck about your opinion because I've already planned it. But give me your thoughts anyway.
I really want a challenge.
Okay.
So mentally challenge for me would to be stop smoking.
Ooh.
So I'm gonna go for that.
Okay.
And that's including vapes as well. I'm just gonna go cold turkey.
Okay. I love that.
That's gonna be I think that's gonna be the most challenge. I'm gonna go for it.
Okay.
Because I've tried it before, and I think I've done the maximum days without nothing. It was about 28 days.
Okay.
And then I just creamed in on a night out. So I'm gonna go for it.
All right, I like that. That's going to make you really angry, and I think your missus is going to really hate it. So let's do it.
What?
Fuck it.
Well, she's the one that fucking makes me smoke. I have to go out for 5 minutes to have a chill out period.
Do you know what you can do?
Yeah.
You can just tell her you're still going for a smoke, but just go for a walk.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm thinking, right? No alcohol, which for me is going to be hard because I fucking love a drink. Okay.
Yeah.
No takeaways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll be with you on that one.
Yeah, and this is what I'm saying for both of us. This is what we need to be hitting. Like, I think we need to be doing the same thing. The no smoking one, easy for me. Don't smoke.
Yeah.
But yeah, so no takeaways, no alcohol, and at least 1 hour of exercise a day. It doesn't matter what the exercise is, whether it's running, weightlifting, whatever it is, an hour of, right? To prove we're doing it as well, on our current Instagrams that we have, we need to be recording ourselves giving each other shit. So, like, I've done an hour of fucking weightlifting today, Pricey, you pussy, what have you done? And then you can respond in your stories with what you've done for an hour.
Yeah.
Every day for October.
All right. Yeah.
That's the challenge. No takeaways, no smoking, no drinking, and an hour of exercise a day.
Okay, I reckon that would be pretty
That's hard.
hard, yeah.
I reckon that'll be hard because of the shift work that I do. I work nights, mids, and days. It's always changing. I am a busy man. I'm a fucking busy man. So to squeeze an hour of exercise in every single day is going to be difficult. But we need proof. Like we need proof. So I've got my Apple Watch. I can start a session. It will record my heart rate. I can prove it's been going for an hour and send it to you on my Instagram stories. And I will need the same from you. And you can't be a bitch. You can't like put your fucking activity watch on your neighbour's dog and then make it go run around the garden because I will fuck you up. Okay, cool.
No, I'm into my fitness at the moment.
I've seen on your Facebook you sort of going off to some sort of like man's club.
Like a Thursday club little circuit session. I'll be doing that every Thursday unless my missus is working. So like she doesn't finish till like 8 p.m. and it starts at 7. So it's kind of annoying with regards to kids.
Okay.
That's the only reason. But I do train with my best mate like the day she's not working. But she is off next week, so I'll be training every day next week, which is good.
Easy.
So
I randomly came across
I don't train on weekends, but
You're gonna have to.
I'm gonna have to in October.
Yeah, for October you are.
The thing is, if I'm gonna train every day, I want to stop smoking, but it'll be fucking really hard to train every day and stop smoking.
That's the point. It's a challenge. Don't be a bitch. Are you bitching out
Okay.
already? We haven't even started. We're 2 minutes in. Right, we're 2 minutes into this fucking challenge, and he's already coming up. With excuses.
I'm my own worst enemy.
David Goggins, mate. David Goggins.
I believe in myself.
You can't hurt me.
I am the best.
Have you watched David Goggins or read his book or anything like that?
No.
Oh, mate. Honestly,
I don't read.
Honestly, the bloke is an absolute legend. He put up an Instagram story the other day that made me laugh my ass off. He was like, I woke up in the morning, I went for my standard 15-mile run, and then I came home to hit the gym. Immediately, I'm just like, you bastard. This geezer, he ran, what was it? It was something like, he ran something like 30 marathons in a month. Yeah, something like that. He will
marathon a day.
Yeah,
that's nuts.
He runs like he'll do 150-mile runs. He'll go on a run for 150 miles. And he used to be
people do that.
He used to be like 30 stone and going nowhere. So he ended up doing the Marine Corps. He done every single military American military thing you can do. He done. And they do a thing called Hell Week apparently. And there's one part of it where they knacker you. They make you swim in the ocean against the tide. You have to get yourself back in, and they don't give you any sort of floats. You're wearing all your clothes. They tie your arms and your legs together, and you're in the ocean, and you like, it's fucking mental. And then after like 4 days, and sleep deprived, they don't let you sleep for an entire 7 days. And they on day 4 they make you hold boats above your head, and they put you in groups 1, 2, 3, 4. And he was boat crew 4 or whatever. No, boat crew 2. And they're throwing these boats above their... They have to lift the boat up above their head, put it on the sand, put the boat... And they have to do that for like 12 hours, just constantly. And after like 8 hours, the fatigue is setting in and everyone's getting really tired. But David Goggins realised that the only way he's going to beat this if he beats the instructor. He wants the instructor to go to bed that night and think, well, what the fuck was that guy on? He calls it stealing real estate. He wants to steal a part of that guy's brain and make him think about him when he's not at work. So what David started to do was, rather than lift the boat up, he was picking it up and throwing it in the air and catching it. Picking it up, throwing it and catching it. Not just picking that fucker up. He was like, no, this is your challenge. I'm going to do your challenge and more. The guy's a fucking unit. If you don't know about David Goggins, go and read. If you've fallen asleep, you're looking dazed.
No. I'm just staring. I'm like picturing what he was going through. Like, you know, I've been through some of the training like it. So.
Yeah, you've done similar stuff. Yeah, I know. Honestly, read his book or get his audio book, and while you're driving around in your fucking van all day, listen to David Goggins, because it will make you think, fuck. It will honestly make...
American?
He's American, yeah. It will make you think to yourself, oh, okay, so just doing it for October really isn't that difficult. He makes you really think about, like, it puts things into perspective.
I know it's a mental thing, for sure.
100%.
But it's, yeah, like, things change as well massively mentally when it comes to sleep. When you're sleep deprived.
Oh God, yeah.
It is crazy how your mind works. You go into a different fucking universe in your head where you don't even know it was there.
I've never been actually sleep deprived. Never. But the closest thing I can, like, it's nowhere near. But the only thing that I can have that's even remotely close in my mind is when I have to get up for work at 4 o'clock in the morning. And at like 11 o'clock that night, I'm still awake because I wanted to play video games. And I'm literally just sitting here just going like that. And I'm trying to keep myself open. And I've got to keep going till the end of the game. And I'm just like, and I'm fucked. and I can't wait for the game to end so I can just get into bed and fall asleep. I know that's not the same thing because it's literally less than 24 hours, but because I'm not used to not sleeping, that for me is absolute torture. So the thought of doing it for any length of time, oh fuck that shit. It's a Chinese torture, isn't it? Like sleep deprivation.
It's horrendous, mate. When I did the there's a training course in the special forces called SEA. So it's like escape and evade. And when I did it with the SAS, it's a week on the run, and we're in Scotland, and they give you 12-hour rations for the week, and you live off the ground. But the thing is, you don't really have time to live off the ground because you have so much ground to make up to each checkpoint.
Right.
And you only have so much time. And it's like crazy amount of miles each day, and you got to obviously get there without being tracked by the the dog unit and the hunter force that's after you, or the aircraft that's chasing you across the fields as well. They don't have a clue where you are. You just got to stay like real, like undercover and tactical throughout.
Do they have the helicopters? Sorry, do they have like heat? They can see your heat signatures.
Heat signature, yeah. So they got one, but you can't even hear the plane. So they know they'll have it so high. I can't remember what the actual aircraft's called, but yeah. Well, luckily when I was doing it, they only had it out for 2 of the 5 days on the run.
Okay.
Because the weather was bad. I did it in a place, I think it's called Galloway Forest in Scotland, and it was fucking horrendous. That's what's fucked up my ankle. Because on the first night, I went down a fucking big hole in the pitch black, and I just heard my ankle snap, and I was literally that close from coming off. Ooh. And I was actually leading the guys, because it was my turn to like lead the leg of the route with the compass and stuff. And they don't give you a nice little 1 in 25,000 map or 1 in 50,000. It was like a 1 in 150,000 map.
I don't know what that means.
Basically, it's just less detail. It's more zoomed out.
Oh, okay.
Because you've got so much ground to cover. But obviously, if it's 1 in 25, you can.
It's like zooming in on Google Maps on your phone.
Yeah, that's it. And you can see like tracks and stuff on the map. As in with this one, it was just like mush and fuck all. Really, it was. It's pitch black. But anyway, yeah. Being on the run from that, and I think I was averaging about, and they don't give you a sleeping bag, you're piss wet through before you start, you're freezing cold, you're in sweat, you've got 12 hours worth of food, and you're literally trying to sleep, so you're cuddling each other, genuinely like spooning each other to keep each other warm.
Just a quick question, if they've got
about an hour's sleep,
if they've got a helicopter up looking for your heat signature, if you're freezing cold, could you like jump in a river and then your heat signature is just gone, or will it literally pick up the smallest amount of heat unless you're a dead body?
It will pick up the heat. Normally, you cover yourself in like the mud, so it gets rid of the sort of heat. You see it on you actually see it on Predator.
I was going to say, I was literally about to say the Predator
covers himself on it. That's pretty much what you have to do to get rid of it. Okay. But they can still pick up the heat from you. But if you're under the like thick as fuck forest, it'd be hard to pick up. But they had such a wide spread to try and cover. They won't be able to cover the whole fucking, because obviously there's wildlife there, so they don't know if that's a deer or if that's a fucking. So we have to like like when we're in a patrol formation, we have to try and sort of look like not too much of like a single file 7 dwarves on the way to fucking do some mining. It was more tactical, so it looked like a herd of fucking sheep or some sort of deer family or whatever. But being sleep deprived, mate, going back on that, is it's to the point where you're hallucinating. Oof. Like I can always remember it, because basically at the end of the 5 day on the run, no matter what, you're going to get caught. So then you get interrogated. So you get the bag over your head, they strip you off naked, blah 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 blah, and they question you, and you literally can't even fucking think, mate. But you got to just try and stay composed, and they do that for, what was it, 36 hours?
Yeah.
I did it for 36 hours after like having probably that week. I had about 5, maybe 6 hours sleep, and I'm not shitting you. Oh. And at night you're even colder because you've had no sleep, and your body thermostat's all over the fucking place. It doesn't know what to do. And it's horrendous. I hallucinated seeing my sister who passed away. I also hallucinated seeing my nan as well, which is crazy. And I also I was actually in the interrogation doing a stress position. So they make you sit down, cross your legs, and hold the top of your head like this.
Yeah.
And you're sat there for like maybe in total about 12 hours, I'd say, just maybe longer, just in that one position. And
Can you
then there's
lock
one
your
on the floor.
fingers?
No, if they do that, they're literally watching you, and they'll just do this, and you're like, oh, and your back's in fucking shit state as well after it.
And you get
you
pins
just
and needles
hallucinate.
in your hands, no doubt.
Yeah, it's crazy, mate. It is crazy. Like, you sit down and cross your legs and just hold there for like 10
couldn't-
minutes. You'll start feeling it straight away.
Yeah, no, I couldn't do that.
That's just it. Just and then you got this horrible white noise which is going on. Ours was like, you know, when you scrape knives together. It was
Not something I do often, but yeah.
36 hours straight of listening to fucking knives scrape together. It's like hearing a baby cry. It's just horrible white noise.
And after you've done that and it's all finished and you're able to go to sleep, how long do you sleep for? Because I'm curious whether you end up sleeping for like 15 fucking hours, or is it really difficult to actually get some sleep?
Just to set once you know it's over. And I remember getting back, I had a hot fucking shower. I got back and I was like that. I was like, I'm struggling to fucking sleep.
Yeah.
I literally couldn't get to sleep. And then eventually I just went, and then I was gone for like maybe 10 hours without
even a nice long sleep.
But no, like my missus tried waking me up and everything, and because you have the next day off basically.
That's good of him.
Yeah, I know. And then I was just like, mate, I don't even know. She was trying to wake me up after like 6-7 hours just to do something, and then I wasn't even responding. She just let me. She knew I was been through fucking shit. So, but yeah, you hallucinate. That's when you know you're sleep deprived, is when you hallucinate, 100%, and it feels so real. And I remember seeing my sister, and it felt so real. I cried, and I was sat there crying.
That's mad, isn't it?
Crazy. It's literally crazy. It's like I've never done it. It's probably been on shrooms, maybe. I don't know. Never tried them. Because I know they hallucinate on them.
Yeah,
but that's your mind, mate. That's what's going in your head.
Mad, isn't it?
I literally thought she was alive, mate. Like genuinely alive, and I had a conversation with her. It's crazy. Like it's crazy.
What did she say? Do you remember what she said?
She just said, "Hey, Deanie," and I just went. I just remember just seeing her, and I went to reach out and touched her, and I felt like I genuinely touched her, but I was
That's mad.
touching a wall, and I just started crying. And that
fucking hell.
And then next minute, when I started crying, the DS watch you with the bag over the head, and they know round about the stage where you're going to start hallucinating, or when you basically you stood up, arms against the wall, arm up, and you instant fall asleep because you're that tired.
Yeah.
And then and people are shouting like random names. So I shouted, Kev. I went, Kev, because I saw my missus' stepdad. Oh, Kev! And then once you start, like, as soon as you start hallucinating, they know you're hallucinating because you're either speaking,
and,
like, you know, or shouting or anything, and they give you a little bit of a slap over the head, and then you're back in. You're like, oh, fuck, that wasn't real. And then you're in your own head again, and you're like, fuck, what's going on? But sleep deprived is next level. It's horrendous.
So join the military because it's loads of fun. Apparently, fuck that shit. Talking of joining the military, have you seen the whole Ukraine-Russia thing? Where they're now saying that in Russia, if you're age 60 and over, you're safe, but under the age of 60, you're expected to join the army. If you're under the age of 60, you're expected to join the army. So now they've got loads. Russia, now they've got loads of Russian men trying to flee the country so they don't have to join the army because they don't want to fight. So a friend of mine, his wife is Russian, and her family are trying to get over here from Russia, but they've been banned. They've banned any travel for the Russian people. So they are basically fucked. It's horrific. Absolutely horrific. One thing I see earlier, actually, because I learned everything from TikTok, is Russia had a ship, like an anti fucking air fucking incredible war fleet ship. It's one of the scariest ships in the world, and Ukraine took it out with 2 missiles. It was supposed to be an anti-air fucking insane ship, massive thing, and it was taken out by 2 rockets from Ukraine. Just fucking blew the ship up. Mad.
This is what I say about the whole Russian military. They are all the gear, and I'll say it again, they're all the gear, no idea, right? You'd rather have an army full of warriors than have an army full of fucking farmers. And that's what they're doing now. They're trying to get people, under 60 And fucking hell, you don't want to be under. It should be at least under. I'd say 35, maybe 40 max.
They're desperate
I mean?
now, mate. Though, and Vladimir still thinks he's winning this shit, but they're running away.
Nah.
They're literally running away. And yeah, Vladimir's still on this. Like, yeah, well, we've got this. It's like, bro, like your people are trying to run away from you. And
but even like the fully trained soldiers don't want to fight that war. They don't want to. And
no,
it's been said they've been shooting each other to get out of conflict and get out the actual front line to get back and get addressed medically so they're out the war.
There was a lot of that in World War II. They were doing that.
There's a lot of that in World War II and World War One, yeah, because people didn't want to fight, which is fair enough.
Shooting themselves in the foot and stuff like that, so they can't fight.
Yeah.
Oh, exactly. Horrific situation to be in, and so many needless lives have been lost on both sides, Ukraine and Russia.
Yeah.
But it is, from my point of view, I'm so pleased that Ukraine managed to defend themselves.
Yeah.
As well as they have.
They're doing really good. They've got a lot of aid.
Oh, God, yeah.
From every country, which is an absolute fucking blessing, because otherwise I think they wouldn't be doing so good as they did now. I think they would probably be really struggling if no one sent as much aid as they did.
The massive thing is China have pulled out. So China have been by Vladimir's side this whole time, but because he's starting to threaten some crazy ass shit, China have turned around and gone, sorry, mate, you're going a bit too far now. And they're like, he's like, what? And they're like, you're going too far. Because the problem they're now having is because China is seen to be in arms with Vladimir, people stopped buying things from China. So countries were like, well, okay, if you're on Russia's side, we won't buy anything from your country. So their economy started to take a hit. So the whole made in China thing, it was starting to disappear. So China have turned around to Vladimir and gone, mate, we can't support you anymore because it's actually now costing us money. It's costing us our reputation as being the biggest manufacturers in the world, blah, 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 blah. So all politics and money got involved. So China have turned around and said they no longer support Vladimir, which is mad. So he's now on his own. But what's scary, and I'm uneducated, so if people here know more than me, please tell me. But what's scary is he's 70 whatever years old. He hasn't got long left. There isn't much to stop him just going, you know what, I'm going to die soon anyway. Fuck it. Let's take out the whole of humanity with me and use my nukes, right? I don't know, and I'm pretty sure no one here really knows, how easy it is to use a nuke. Like, can he just walk into a room and push the buttons? Or can he just send the command? Or is there a protocol that he'll have to go through, say, 8 generals, and they all have to agree, and if one of them says no, then it doesn't happen? And if that is the case, if you're one of those generals, do you have the bollocks to say no to Vladimir Putin and not worry about being shot in the fucking head? Do you know what I mean? What the fuck?
See, I think every country and every army is different. I think personally with Putin, he could probably just press a button. It's a bit like North Korea, really. I think like Kim Jong-un could just go, yep, just push this button. Anyone got any issues? Yeah, you have. Bang, dead. And no one would bat an eyelid.
That's what scares me.
I think with the UK, it's very much like that. If we're going to use a tactical nuke, it will go through several generals to be confirmed and go, yeah, this is our best. Because nukes are... I don't see the point of them, but I also do, because it is a tactical weapon. It is a tactical weapon.
That we hope we never use, because that's just the beginning of World War III and the end of civilization as we know it.
Yeah, exactly. But expect it, I think, genuinely, that it could happen at any point. Like, it genuinely can.
It's getting scary.
I've always looked in my local area for, like, nuclear bunkers. So I know where they all are. And
really?
One to me. Yeah, I've already looked. I looked at when I left. Yeah, so it's definitely worth knowing where the nuclear bunkers are. Some of them are all out of date. So try and look for... I found one... Some people have already bought them. The best places to look is where the nearest... If you can find where... an area where you're, if anyone royal lives by, or like a lord or anything like that,
right? They
will generally have one built in their garden.
Okay,
so that's where you'll be heading towards. So yeah,
does the UK have
they generally have
nuclear bunkers?
You'd be surprised how many there are. There is.
There is some in Oxford. I live in Oxford, by the way. But there are some in Oxford.
Yeah. It's always good to know, just so if they ever announce it and go, yeah, this area, say for example, Oxford's going to be absolute. People are going to be getting in their cars and trying to fucking flee. You're never going to get out in time, or just try and find the most. I know what route I'll take to go to which bunker. which no one would really take.
Ooh.
So I'm just hope. But it is scary when you think about it. But I don't think it ever will in our generation.
I
don't
hope
think
not.
it ever will. Do you know what I mean? But we're not really the prime target at the moment. So, but as you said, Putin can do fucking anything.
It would be America, wouldn't it? America would be the first people he'd be going for.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. There's all they have to do is fucking set off a drone, an unarmed occupied drone with an EMP on it, and it will just fucking defuse the fucking routing anyway. So it will just land in the sea, but then it will just cause a massive fucking tidal wave or anything like that.
Be a nightmare in the sea. Did you see that TikTok I sent you about Donald Trump, about how people aren't talking about it, but the whole time he was president, there was no wars. There was no arguing. He brought South and North Korea together for a short period of time. Like, he was actually creating more peace than any president has ever done in the past.
And the economy went right up the fucking roof for America.
He's a businessman, isn't he?
Yeah, exactly. I think he was a lot better than what people think. The media is the fucking disease of everyone. They can make you sound so fucking bad. Which, to be fair, he didn't give a fuck anyway. No. Which I respected his opinion. He wasn't scared to what he wanted to say. Which I respect that more than someone, even if I don't agree with it. But he's saying how he feels. I respect that more than someone trying to sugarcoat something for the sake of not being looked frowned upon. I prefer that.
The thing with like business, if you want to sell something, you need to have a relationship with somebody. Whether you're working in Currys and you're selling TVs, or you're a builder and you're selling your trade, you have to build a rapport and a relationship with your customer. So the biggest thing for Trump was to build relations around the world. It's because if he's friends with everyone, he can do business with everyone. And that man, all he cared about was doing business and making fucking money. So he wanted to bring the world together. It may not have been for the right reasons, but everyone fucking benefited from it, didn't they? Everyone was chilled. Everyone was too busy taking the piss out of him to realize actually how good everything was. Now, neither of us are Americans, so it may have been hell for them in America. I don't know. There may have been some areas that thought it was dog shit, some areas that thought it was amazing. We'll ignore the fact that, because I mean, people say he was a horrible racist. I never saw any of that. There was a lot of sexism and sexist shit that went on that wasn't great. Like the incident where he said he'd just grab a girl in the pussy. That shit's not cool. Like, I don't care who you are. That shit doesn't fly. But when it comes to like business and that side of things, he was pretty fucking good. Pretty fucking good.
I'd definitely rather have Trump than Biden anyway right now.
Oh my God, yes.
But he is literally, I don't even know how he's even functioning as a human being. I don't think he knows what day it is.
I'm not even sure how he's alive, bro. You know how old that dude is.
Yeah, I think there should be an age limit when it comes to like having a prime minister or a president or something like that.
We've got a prime minister.
Change, mate.
We voted for the party, obviously. We didn't vote. People get this confused. We didn't vote for the prime minister. We vote for a party, and whoever's running that party is the prime minister at the time. But bro, how long have we had these dickheads in charge of our country? Because honestly, they are fucking people at the minute. Have you, like, all the tax rebates, all the tax information that she's just released, basically saying that the rich are going to get richer and the poor are going to get poorer, and she doesn't care? It's like, okay.
I saw a video on TikTok about that, actually. Some Conservative Party member, like, saying, yeah, we need that. We need the rich to get richer. It's economy. It's what grows our economy. And I'm like, hang on a minute, fuckstick.
Sorry, my son's just pulled up on that driveway on his motorbike.
Human beings here.
Next to my Mercedes, and I'm very scared.
Has he just
he just pulled up on he just pulled up on the driveway and stalled it about 3 inches away from my car. I'm watching CCTV like a hawk.
They're gonna panic in your face, eh?
Bro, it scares the fuck. Okay, he's just gone past. He's just gone past the car. It's all good. It's all good.
Because you got Mercedes Benz, isn't it?
I do. I have a Mercedes Benz.
But when your nan dies, bless her heart, you're gonna have a Tesla.
Oh, yeah. Mate, those TikToks you've been putting up are so funny. I love it. If you're not on our TikTok, fucking follow our TikTok, you bellends.
Yeah, check the TikTok out.
Check out the fucking TikTok.
Of our little podcast in the next minute. You just drop a fucking like and a follow, and that'd be great.
Right, I'm gonna love you and leave you anyway because I've got work in the morning. Dead early.
4 a.m. haven't you?
4 a.m.
We've had a good little chat, mate. There's still plenty more to talk about, though.
Yeah, we'll just keep writing
Right.
shit down throughout the week, and we'll come back
Yeah.
and we'll chat about it.
If you come free in the week and you want to do 2 podcasts in the week, we can get crack-a-lacking with it.
Whenever, bro. Because the problem is,
Yeah.
I now have to edit this one and put it up in the next few days. But what I'm thinking is I might save this podcast and then post it next week or a week after or whatever, so I can edit it properly, and meantime record another one, and then so that I'm not recording and then uploading like within 2 days, because that's an awful lot of work to be doing very quickly. We'll see. Does that make sense? We might have to start staggering them.
Do you like Steve the Stormtrooper?
No, he looks fucking stupid.
He's chilled, man.
I'm joking. He looks awesome. Right, say goodbye so we can go, fuck nuts.
See you later.
Bye.
That face, though. Bye.
My cheeks hurt.